do things incredible can. Cause I am the seed of a chosen breed. You don't see too many like me. Cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you. Cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets. Come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
And good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's post-game show brought to you by Full Throttle Powersports of Lowell, NCFullThrottlePowersports.com. How about, Rob, let's give you the floor for a minute and welcome everybody to the post-game show. Robbie's got some scores, some finals coming across the boards to give you guys. Well, why didn't that update? There we go. Updated. Now, Rob, how about giving some updated scores? I'm going to check if JP and everybody in the gang around the area.
Yes, sir. Let's take a look. And we know this score is a final. East Lincoln gets the victory over Lincoln 14-8. The Kings Mountain Mountaineers get a win over the Burns Bulldogs 19-14. We know this game's still going on right now. Chase leads North Gaston 36-14. A final from yesterday. Pine Lake Prep defeated Bessemer City 20-8. Also have a final. Thomas Jefferson defeated Community School of Davidson 51-15. Forest View defeats Freedom 13-0. East Gaston and Kramer tied at 21. North Lincoln leads Northwest Cabarrus 27-13. A final, Hickory Ridge defeats South Point 27-7. Hendersonville leads East Henderson 55-0. Asheville leads Brevard 16-7. Murphy leads Georgia Forest Christian 52-0. Polk County leads West Henderson 20-7. Hickory leads Drone 37-6. It's Andrews leading North Buncombe 36-6. Looking through some other the scores we have: South Caldwell 14, the Hickory Hawks 12. Another final, Pisgah defeats Mountain Heritage 19-2. Good to see the good folks up there at Pisgah have something good going on as they get that victory. Albemarle leads Owen 36-0. Cherokee leads North Georgia 28-6. And on the college level, we had it on WCSL. Virginia Tech defeats North Carolina 17-10.
All right, Rob. Andre's telling me I'm wrong on something. Forest View Freedom score. I'm going to check it. 13-7. Who told you that? Oh, the internet lies, sir.
We know at one point Forest View had 13. So,
well, yeah, we knew Forest View. There I got an athletic director. Yeah, their athletic director tweets it. So, all right, Rob. Let's send it out. I think we still got one of the games or two still. North Gas. Let's check on North Gas and Chase real quick. Tom and them's rounding up. Let's see if they're still going on out there.
Call at the 4-yard line.
We're just gonna leave it there for a minute.
Run by J.J. Gordon.
Hickory's a final now, 37-13.
Really make the final 4:43 interesting. Clock ticking. Chase 36, North Gaston 20, but North Gaston knocking on the door.
36-20.
Gordon trying to cut to the left. And
how has North Gaston scored more on Chase?
Good job by Chase there. They kind of
37-13, Hickory over Drone.
They're not going to let him just walk on the end zone. So Chase needs to try to make a stand right here and keep them out of the end zone as long as possible, because the longer they stay out, the longer the clock's running right here. And it's a little over 4 minutes on the game clock.
Second and goal from the 4. Knox is back there now, the big fullback, but they'll go back to J.J. And J.J. Gordon has the 4-yard touchdown run. He gets across the plane, and North Gaston has cut that lead down.
Yeah, North Gaston already signaling they're going for 2, as we all expected here. So we're getting a call from Coach Clark now. They're excited on the sideline. They need to come out here and make a big conversion, though, on this 2-point conversion, because without this, it's going to be very hard to come back in this football game. The big play for North Gaston coming up, big play for the Chase defense. Chase defense looks a little winded right here as well, so they need to make a big play and keep North Gaston from getting those extra 2 points.
This is going to be a huge 2-point conversion. If there's any possible miracle or hope, it's got to begin by cutting the 16-point lead in half. So far they've got 6. Can they add 2 from the shotgun? And wait a minute. We've Coach Cogdell of Chase has looked things over, and he's decided to burn a timeout.
Yeah, he knows what a big play call this would be for Chase to be able to stop this two-point conversion. So he wanted to see what kind of look North Gaston come out with, called a timeout to go ahead and do his defense in a better formation he's better familiar with. But
let's go ahead and recap the scoring summary as we know it. Now, we know something's going to be added, either a two-point conversion that's made or missed, and we'll have that for you in a second. But let's remind you that scoring summaries are presented by Mi Pueblito Mexican Restaurant. And a while ago, we saw this North Gaston team be able to start close to midfield, drive their way into Chase territory pretty quickly, some 8 or 9 plays, and it wrapped up a moment ago. The touchdown part of it on a 4-yard run by J.J. Gordon. Gordon, by the way, has been in the end zone a couple of times tonight. The two-point conversion is coming up out of this timeout. Mi Pueblito, they are the name when it comes to our scoring summary. They are the name for Mexican food in Shelby, Rutherford County, and Marion. Out of the timeout, Zolo and this offense of North Gaston needing the two-point conversion. It is a toss play, and they're not going to get in. Great job by Chase stopping the running back at the 2.
Yeah, good job by Chase.
All right, Rob. Oop, I got us jacked up really loud right there. Let me bring us down a little bit. Let's do this. All right. You folks just hear that North Gaston failed to get the 2 with 4 minutes left, and then North Gaston cuts the lead to 10, 36-26 Chase over North Gaston. And Rob, this game's last forever, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been a long one.
We're just got them. I've got them turned off. The folks at home can't hear. Trying to find a Highland Tech score, but you know what? TweetDeck, the internet's action. We did something around here to make the internet mad at us tonight, Robbie. So we're doing our best here. I think I'm connected to the internet.
When there is that much power emanating from one place, I mean, what do you expect?
Well, that's true too. We stopped getting scores on North Lincoln game at halftime. It's 27-13 North Lincoln. Hadn't seen anything since. Some of the other scores, we've got some scores in here. Let's see. Now it's updating for me. Let's see, on the East Gaston game, people were wondering about that. Warriors crossed the 50 with 4 minutes to play, down 7. So Kramer has taken a 7-minute lead. East Gaston takes timeout with 3 minutes left. 4th and 6 for East Gaston, down 7. So I'll try to, let's see, 28-21. Stuart Kramer got a 33-yard touchdown pass on the right side of the end zone, Robbie. Check. Oh, go ahead, Rob. I'll let you go over some more scores and talk about some of the other stuff in a minute as I get everybody going.
Yeah, let's continue to look at what we have going on again. Let's give you the scores. That's what you want to know what's happening tonight. East Lincoln defeats Lincoln 14-8. The Kings Mountain Mountaineers get the big victory over Burns 19-14. Chase still leads North Gaston. That game's now 36-26 and about 4 minutes left in that one. Pine Lake Prep got the victory over Bessemer City 20-8. Thomas Jefferson with the win against Community School of Davidson 51-15. Forest View 13, Freedom 7. That one's a final. East Gaston and Kramer. There we have tied at 21. That game's still going on. A lot of football left to be played there. North Lincoln over Northwest Cabarrus 27-13. Don't know if that's a final yet. We do know this is a final. Hickory Ridge 27, South Point 7. Hendersonville leads East Henderson 55-0. It's Asheville 16, Brevard 7. Murphy over Georgia Forest Christian 52-0. Polk County leads West Henderson 20-7. Hickory defeats Drone 37-13. A final in that one. Taking a look here, Andrews 36, North Buncombe 6. Not listed as a final yet. South Caldwell 14, the Hickory Hawks 12. Again, not reported as a final. We know this one is a final. Pisgah defeats Mountain Heritage 19-2. Albemarle leads 36-0 in that game. Cherokee 28-0 over North Georgia was the last score we had there. And on the college front, we know that Virginia Tech defeated North Carolina. Was going to take a look and see if there was we know that Duke was losing to Charlotte. Duke now leads in that game 21-17. Duke leads Charlotte about 7 minutes left in that game as well. see if we can update some other scores and maybe get some other scores from around the state. Let's see here as we refresh the old scoreboard. Let's start at the top and work our way down. Let you know some other scores from around the state of North Carolina. Northmore defeated Elkin 49-14. It was Laney over Lumberton 51-0. Mallard Creek defeated Providence 28-0. Carolina Forest defeated New Hanover 28-0. It was Northern Guilford over Western Alamance 50-0. Hertford County defeated Bertie 57-0. Chapel Hill defeated Northwood 36-29. Looking here at some other finals. Dudley over Hillside 30-14. It was Olympic 35, Hopewell 13. South Brunswick defeated West Bladen 55-6. It was Olympic over Hopewell 35-13. New Bern defeated West Craven 41-0. Heritage defeated Broughton 61-12. Mooresville gets the win over West Rowan 21-13. It was Elder over Beacon Hill Homeschool 47-0. Asheville School defeated Asheville Christian Academy 67-6. It was Lee County over South Granville 38-0. West Meck gets the win over Garinger 49-0. Continue to look through some of our scores. Maybe we'll get some more updates of our local teams still playing. North Meck got to win over Harding 27-14. Carson leads South Stanley 25-6. Charlotte Latin defeated Metrolina Christian 44-10. Charlotte Christian defeated Cuthbertson 20-17. It was Pinecrest over Middle Creek 16-7. J.M. Robinson defeated South Rowan 42-0. Irwin leads Tuscola 34-20. North Rowan leads North Stanley 20-16. Mount Airy defeated Surrey Central 62-0. It was Southern Wayne over Goldsboro 20-14. Whiteville over East Bladen 49-14. Some other scores not finished yet. AC Reynolds leads Alexander Central 24-7. Smoky Mountain leads TC Roberson 37-12 in that game. And Cardinal Gibbons leads Richmond County 20-14. We mentioned the Hickory Ridge final as well. Asheville did get to win over Brevard. That one is now final 16-14. And South Caldwell Hickory Hawks is a final. That game 20-12. Polk County 26-14 over West Henderson. Also now a final. And I think that's it for our local teams.
All right, JP, you got us in there? Okay, JP's got us in there. So, Rob, real quick, good evening, everybody. You're listening to the post-game show. We're going to real quick do our opening, get set up, and we're going to have more scores and stuff for you folks listening on the radio. We were in the middle of giving scores online on the Red Zone radio shows. For you folks watching online, we're going to be right back. We're going to do our introduction to start the show. We'll be right back.
Chosen breed, you don't see too many like me, cause I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you wanna be me instead of you, cause I am still on beat, showing love to the streets, come on, you know me, cause that's who I am.
Roop and JP.
Well, thank you, JP.
You're welcome.
Good evening. Did you get his name right?
Robbie Roop.
There you go.
I mean, I still could be Robbie Ray. I mean, that's.
Well, I'm going to tell you right. I'm going to tell you one thing. If he ever gets your name right, then you've done something. All right, Robbie. Looking like a final score here after, and this is I'm going to read the tweet word for word. After a very generous pass interference call, is going to bail Stuart Kramer out on 3rd and out. They should be able to run out the remaining clock from here with a 28-21 victory for Stuart Kramer. So I like reading the tweets there. So a very generous pass interference call gives Stuart Kramer 28-21 victory over East Gaston. I know, Rob, you've read these scores like 100 times, but I'm going to ask you to do it again because our radio folks are just getting back with us. But I'll give you a breather for just a second. I'll go over a couple of things. Folks, thanks for tuning in tonight to all of our broadcasts. We had Kings Mountain at Burns, North Gaston at Chase, and Lincoln at East Lincoln on KTC Broadcasting. Chase and North Gaston's actually still battling it out with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter, folks. But we've got some sponsors and everything to cover here, Rob, so we're doing a post-game show. North Gaston has recovered an onside kick with 4 minutes left. So they're down 10. They just missed a 2-point conversion to cut it to 8. Then they got the onside kick. So for the folks up at the farm are getting every bit of their ticket money tonight worth, Rob. So doing pretty good for them. Let's see. I tell you what, Rob, of course, the big on WCS Saturday night, we didn't have Cherville Ironman football. We had for North Carolina and Tar Heels, as you're a Duke fan, are a little reveling in a little bit tonight. Tar Heels fall after a off season that we heard nothing but high praises and high expectations for the Tar Heels, and their season's over in one game, Robbie.
Yeah, just incredible. I mean, a lot of hype, Heisman Trophy candidate there at quarterback. And
he threw like 3 picks tonight, didn't he?
Yeah, rough night for Sam Howell. So, sorry, Matt Brown.
Tar Heels lost the national championship and a Heisman tonight.
In game one.
In game one.
A
lot of preparation, a lot of things. Wonder if that's going to hurt recruiting. So any of y'all boys want to play on real football, you can go to Boone. All right, just playing for everybody. All right, let's see. Rob, I tell you what, handle the scores, the finals that we have for right now, and then we'll give some updates on what we kind of got going across the area.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Let's take a look at some of our scores. Some of the scores are not finals, have not located those finals yet, but we do have scores from around the area. East Lincoln leads Lincoln 14-8. That is a final. Kings Mountain defeated Burns 19-14. Heard that game on WOHS and 101.5 FM over on Waggy over there in Forest City in Rutherford County. That game's still going on. North Gaston 26, Chase 36. Final, Pine Lake Prep defeated Bessemer City 20-8. Thomas Jefferson defeated Community School of Davidson 51-15. Forest View got the win over Freedom 13-7. East Gaston and Kramer wins 28-21. North Lincoln 27. Northwest Cabarrus 13. Don't have a final yet on that one. No, Hickory Ridge did defeat South Point tonight, 27-7. Hendersonville 55. East Henderson nothing. Asheville over Brevard 16-7. Murphy was leading Georgia Forest 52-0. Polk County 20, West Henderson 7. I believe we now have a final for that one. I think I saw that. Hickory over Drone.
On which one? Henderson?
I believe
that is final. I haven't marked that final.
Hickory 37, Drone 13. We know that one's a final. Andrews is leading North Buncombe 36-6. South Caldwell defeated the Hickory Hawks. I believe that one's going final as well, 14-12. It was Pisgah with the win over Mountain Heritage, 19-2. Albemarle was leading Owen, 36-0. Cherokee had been up big over North Georgia, 28-0 was the last score we had. Also now Mitchell leads Watauga now, 27-23, and that game 2:48 to go on that one. And as we said, our college final, Virginia Tech over North Carolina, 17-10, and Duke was leading Charlotte last time I checked. So it could be a night where Carolina loses on the football field and Duke wins. What a beautiful September evening this would be.
Robbie. All right, off this week, Ashbrook, Bandy's, Bunker Hill, Cherville, Crest, Eastburg, Fred T. Ford, Newton Conover, North Iredale, RS Central, Shelby, West Lincoln, Statesville, Maiden, and St. Stephen's all off this week, whether by choice or by not choice, Rob, and it's not been by choice the last few weeks.
we talked during the red zone, Kevin. You're almost to the point where Thursday you say, here are the teams that are eligible. Let's line up the games. I mean, that's almost the way it feels right now. And And I still think there's a lot of questions that have to be answered.
I'm worried about conference play.
Exactly. Well, and Kevin, here's my question. You've been told that the games, I think about Crest Freedom, because that game got canceled. Freedom wasn't able to play. Okay, you're not going to make that game up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's, according to what they said, it just didn't happen. It's not a forfeit.
Right.
Nothing happened. Okay, let's say you get into conference play. You're a conference team. You get 3 or 4 conference victories, and not to accuse anybody of doing anything, but let's say the week you play the number 1 team in the conference, you have a COVID outbreak.
Right.
At the end of the season,
Dun,
if
dun.
that doesn't count as a forfeit,
Yeah.
are you still considered a conference champion, or does that affect your playoff seeding because you went undefeated? Do we use winning percentage? Because guess what? You're still in good shape. I just don't think there's been enough questions answered of how to handle these COVID outbreaks or these games that can't happen.
Now, got another scenario I thought of while you were talking there. What about, we was talking about if you're canceling the conference games, right?
Right.
Well, like you said, let's say I'm playing. Let's do an all 3A conference. Let's say Kings Mountain was the best team.
Mm-hmm.
If you're North Gaston or somebody, do you not have COVID against Kings Mountain and Crest and then play everybody else and go 5-0?
I mean,
now you're 5-0. And one of those teams might have a loss because they played each other.
right.
Now, your conference champions didn't even have to play either team. Now, what about, here's the big one, split conferences.
Right.
So, let's see if Cherville's in this 1A, 2A conference, right, with Highland Tech and Bessemer City and Thomas Jefferson, right? So, but the way it works out, they've got them in a split conference, and you have to play Shelby and Burns.
Right.
But those don't count towards the playoffs, actually.
So why?
So why even in the conference?
Why?
They're
why
being forced to play each other, right?
And let's be
So
honest.
Mountain Island's being forced to play 2 Winston-Salem teams,
right.
Being forced to, but those games are going to count. But let's say this, Rob. Let's say Cherville and Shelby. If you're Cherville and Bessemer or Highland Tech or Thomas Jefferson, why would you even play Shelby or Burns? Much less between the health reasons, and not even talking about corona health reasons. I'm just talking about y'all got 50 people, we got 20.
Right.
All right, that's the one thing. And then the other thing, then what if you're Cherville or Bessemer City and be like, you know what? We're not going to play Thomas Jefferson. We're going to be corona that week, but we'll play Shelby and Burns, get beat, but that doesn't count.
It doesn't count.
But we don't even have to play Thomas Jefferson. Then if we beat Cherville and Highland Tech, now we're the 1 seed out of this conference. And all we'd beat was Cherville and Highland Tech this year.
We've seen it before with the way they would seed. South Caldwell was the only 4A team in
kept
their
getting
conference.
1
And they
seeds
kept
and
getting
2
1
seeds.
seeds. They'd win one game. Them and McDowell would play
destroyed
each
in the
other, and the
playoffs.
winner of that game literally would get a top seed because they won their one conference 4A game.
Right. See, and so what's the point of putting them in the conferences if the games don't even count when they play each other? So, yeah, you got some things for someone to explain to us, I guess, like Rob said. There's not enough answers for the questions that we have. Looks like North Gaston is going to fall to chase after giving them a good run. We'll get the final score in just a few moments. Don't have that quite yet, but we're working on it. Actually, dude, Tanner sent it to me. 36-26 is the final. So that is the final. 36-26. So we'll mark that on our scoreboard. So
Hey, and I'm going to tell you what, give North Gaston a lot of credit. Played well, going on the road, chasing.
Nobody in this room had this as a 10-point game.
Absolutely
I'll tell you
not.
that. Well, in fact, Robbie, I wrote them down. I think combined. Let's see what combined Tim and Shannon. I think it was like 100 and something to 6 or something. Here it is. The predictions from earlier in tonight's game between our 2 experts. Shannon Allen, I hope you're listening on the way back home. CJ's riding with him. And so I'm embarrassed, Dad. I told CJ, Rob, before tonight started, I asked him if he wanted to come in and do the picks with us.
Right.
He's going, I don't know anything. And I was like, yeah, but neither does your dad. And so, no, but the point was that, like, JP.
Just like me.
Right. JP don't even know the teams.
Right.
And he's won the playoffs the last 2 years on our Saturday morning show.
Nice.
Between the 4 of us, all of us knowing football and knowing who's playing, Robbie. He don't even know who's playing. And
Right.
he's picked the winners.
Just picks the winners.
Yeah.
Take him to
That's
Vegas.
the-
Take
that's-
JP to
It's
Vegas.
really sad when you think about it, because I know nothing about football whatsoever. Yet I seem to
that
always
proves
end up
that
first
NCAA
place.
basketball tournament thing that when people how anybody can play and
Right.
do the picks and it's funny. Well, you're an expert. Nobody's an expert. Ain't nobody Nostradamus. All right, so we're gonna put that down as the final. 36-26 North Gaston falls at Chase. Burns falls at Kings Mountain 19-14. East Lincoln wins 14-8. A lot of low scoring games. Like, folks, we only have 3 games on our broadcast. Low scoring games. So our highlights aren't that long. We don't have that many, but we do have some. I want to thank Shannon Allen. We're just talking about it. He's got some highlights from that Burns Kings Mountain from the sidelines. We're gonna show some of his as well, folks. If you have highlights of your own, if you're at a game, you got a video of anything, you got student section, someone coming out, the team's coming out, the band's playing a nice little song.
I have no doubt there are a lot of mamas out there that's got their baby.
Right.
Oh, so get them to us now. Get us those
Tag
highlights.
us at KTC Broadcasting, at What's Up Shopper. Tag us. We'll use them here on the postgame show and during the Red Zone channel. The Red Zone channel, folks, for you folks riding around tonight, 7:30 every night during the games. We do live scores. We split between either. Usually we have 4 broadcasts. Tonight was weird with only 3, and next week maybe only 3 as well. Rob, I'm gonna pull out next week's schedule here in a second. You're gonna be like,
and let me
nobody playing.
Let me show you just the case of trying to find scores and how some places have them different than others. We had at one point Albemarle leading Owen 36-0. That score has actually come out now. Owen defeated Albemarle 34-21.
What?
And that is Brent Russell's first victory at Owen. A lot of people remember Coach
So we
Russell
weren't even
from the
right.
area.
And we got that score. I got that score off Max Prep.
Yeah.
No. I got that score off of the Athletic Association's website earlier, Robbie.
There you go.
That is exactly where I got that score from. I didn't get that, I didn't make it up or didn't get it from somewhere else. I got that off of the North Carolina website, had Albemarle 36-0, and they actually lost 34-21.
34-21.
Whatever that number was, that was maybe that was probably from like 2 years ago, and somebody was like Google searched it and didn't check the date that it said 2017. But how does that even happen? That's aggravating on our end, trying to get the scores out to some folks. Looking for the Polk County scores. They were up 27 last time we don't have anything on Lake Norman-Davie County yet. Andrews up big on North Buncombe. Still nothing on High Brighton and West Caldwell. Hadn't had nothing all night. They might not even be playing. Some of these folks, we said we don't have nothing on them.
Right.
There is a chance they didn't play.
So we had some games canceled before.
Yes.
I mean, literally before we went on the air.
Our board looks like a checkerboard of empty spaces now. We've erased so many little squares and spots up there. All right, JP, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to try to find some more scores, get organized, and we're going to have some highlights and stuff coming up, Rob. We've got some touchdowns from our 3 games and some extra from Shannon, who had some shots from that Burns game. I got the North Lincoln coming out. Got a few here and there. But we're going to take a break. When we come back on the NC Full Throttle Powersports postgame show on KTCBroadcasting.com.
If you're ready to make the great escape, do it with the #1 brand on the water. Yamaha Wave Runners are the most premium personal watercraft on the market, with industry-first features and exciting new products like the all-new 2021 VX Series with audio packages, the much-anticipated Superjet, and the new race-ready GP Series. This is Wave Runner country. See one today at Full Throttle Powersports, located at 100 Indian Walk off I-85 in Laurel.
The fire that you desire is found at Future Energy Company on West Graham Street in Shelby. For 38 years, Future Energy Company in Shelby has been keeping Cleveland County warm and cozy with gas logs and fireplace inserts, plus keeping you fed with a Big Green Egg and Green Mountain pellet grills. And they carry the Yeti coolers too. So for the fire that you desire, see Future Energy Company, 130 West Graham Street in Uptown Shelby, or online at futureenergyco.com. Attention contractors. H&M Industries in Shelby sells wholesale. You get wholesale pricing, like vinyl windows as low as $149 with a lifetime warranty on frames and sash, plus low E argon, extra strength glass as low as $149, plus metal roofing, just 82 cents a square foot with a 40-year warranty. And get vinyl siding at wholesale prices too. That's H&M Industries, 3931 West Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Call 704-734-9900 or visit the website at hmindustries.com. Do you know what insect is responsible for over 1 million deaths a year? It's a mosquito. And chances are there is one in your backyard right now. Have your lawn treated for mosquitoes by H&H Termite Pest Control and Waterproofing in Shelby. Plus, they can treat your home for ladybugs, stink bugs, roaches, and bed bugs. Call today and feel better tomorrow with one call to H&H Termite Pest Control and Waterproofing. 520 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. Online at hhpci.com. Just arrived at Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center in Shelby. A big shipment of scratch and dented refrigerators. They're all sizes and all prices, and there's one right there for you. Come get your new refrigerator today. Plus save $2 on your new mattress set. That's Hendrick Appliance and Mattress Center, 1241 East Dixon Boulevard in Shelby. On the right going down, on the left coming back. Visit the website at HendrickAppliance.com, see their page at WhatsUpShopper.com, and like them on Facebook too. Looking for a great buy on new zero-turn mower? Look no more. We got it at Hojo Powersports and Equipment in Shelby. Right now, you can buy a brand new Aaron's zero-turn 42-inch mower for only $27.99. That's right, only $27.99 for a new Aaron's 42-inch zero-turn mower. Plus, see the line of Ferris, Snapper, Snapper Pro, Hustler, Walker, Ryan, Red Max, Husqvarna, Simplicity, Shindawa, Z-Spray, and more. Hojo Power Sports and Equipment, 110 Grigg Street off South Lafayette Street in Shelby. Online at hojopower.net. Like them on Facebook, too. The fall plants have arrived at Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain. Come on in for the best selection. See the beautiful mums and also fall vegetable plants, too. And if you're planning to do a little canning, Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain has plenty of mason jars and lids. But hurry, they won't last long either. And be sure to see the line of Traeger pellet grills at Hometown Hardware, 110 South Railroad Avenue in Kings Mountain. And see their page at whatsupshopper.com. That's Hometown Hardware in Kings Mountain.
Are you ready to tackle your banking needs? Home Trust Bank's team of expert advisors and lenders want to be your teammate. We want to hear your story, learn your aspirations, and assist you with financial needs, and provide options that are tailored to you. With a wide range of personal, mortgage, and commercial services, you will discover all your banking needs under one roof with a local and personalized touch at Home Trust Bank. Score big with Home Trust Bank. Ready for what's next. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And we're back on the Full Throttle Power Sports post-game show with Kevin and Robbie.
Welcome back, everybody. Full Throttle Power Sports of Low, NC Full Throttle. Am I going to say, is it NC Full Throttle? I want to make sure I get that website right before I get out of here tonight. I'm looking that up right now. All right, Rob, some scores for the folks on the radio. I know the folks online can see the scores as we put them up. So you folks want to, what do you mean online? Well, folks, we have the show live on YouTube. You can watch Rob and I in the studio as well. Also, as the scores come across, we update those. So, Rob, the final scores that we have so far here on KTC, what you got?
Yeah, taking a look at what we got so far. Lincoln, it falls to East Lincoln 14-8. Kings Mountain gets the big Cleveland County victory 19-14 over the Bulldogs of Burns. Chase has a final. They defeat North Gaston 36-26. Another final, Pine Lake Prep over Bessemer City 20-8. Thomas Jefferson defeats the Community School of Davidson 51-15. Forest View defeated Freedom 13-7. It was Stuart Kramer 28, East Gaston 21. Hickory Ridge beat South Point 27-7. Hendersonville over East Henderson 55-0. Other finals that we have: Hickory defeated Drone 37-13. It was Owen over Albemarle, 34-21. Pisgah defeated Mountain Heritage, 19-2. Excuse me. And as we said on the college ranks, it was Virginia Tech over North Carolina, 17-10. And I made fun of them a little too quick. It is 28-31. Duke trails Charlotte.
Oh,
with
no.
20 seconds left, but Duke has the football, so we'll see what happens. 31-28. Charlotte leads the Blue Devils. David Cutcliffe's days are numbered in Durham.
Robbie, a lot of crowing going on.
Oh, my goodness.
A little early crowing night. Y'all can't get beat by Charlotte.
App State, best team in the state of North Carolina.
I've been trying to tell people that for years, but Tom like poo-poos it. Because he has no respect for it. Because, when you're an elite program fan, you have no respect much for North Carolina, much less for a Sun Belt team.
Right.
That's ncfullthrottle.com. What am I? It isn't Full Throttle Power. It's ncfullthrottle.com. It's Full Throttle Powersports. They're in Lowell, 704-833-1270. Tons of inventory. Yamaha, Polaris, Slingshot, SureTrack, CF Moto, Honda, Suzuki, Kawasaki, Triton. They just bought another dealership and took all their stuff, Robbie. So they've got everything out at Full Throttle Powersports. Jet skis, four-wheelers, slingshots, trailers.
If you want to have a good time,
a little bit of everything,
go see them. I mean, if you want to have a good time, go see them.
Yeah. I had to answer some text here and stuff. Let's see. We're trying to get all the scores, folks. Like I said, we don't know because of the cancellations on some of these. The fact of the matter is, if we're looking up scores and on the Athletic Association and their scores are totally wrong, we can't be too confident in who's playing and who's not playing. So, the best we can do is pull them across the Twitter and let you guys know. I'm going to do some highlights here in a moment. How about let's just go ahead and do some highlights while we wait on some of these scores. Maybe, Rob, you maybe can find some as they come across, folks. So for you watching online, this is what we got. We're going to talk you through them for you folks on the radio, exactly what's going on. We're going to go backwards. I tell you what, we'll go to the start because we didn't have, like I said, didn't have a lot of scoring tonight. First off, we'll take a picture. Again, for you folks, if you're out at the games, please click on or take some pictures and video for us. Now, Rob, of course, as soon as I go to this, it's going to act funny and act like it's not going to play. East Lincoln scored first, and they went up 7-0 here over Lincoln off the handoff up the middle, running back busted through. It looked like almost a run. They beat the run blitz or something there. Right. Everybody for Lincoln was up the field, Robbie, on that one.
Yeah, that's one of those plays, once you get on the backside of the defense, there's just nobody there to catch him. Everybody just kind of sold out, and that was all she wrote.
I accidentally clicked on your picture. That's not it. There we are. Let's scoot this down just a little bit for the folks to watch because I got to zoom in on some of this because of the angles. But so this was the botched punt, drop punt, and then boom, ball comes out. East Lincoln, and everybody jumps on the ball. It doesn't matter. It's fourth down. It's Lincoln's football.
Young people, when your special teams coaches are trying to teach you, listen to them. It is so important.
Let's see. This is the Chase touchdown from 1 yard out. That's one angle we had. Not really. I mean, how big of a highlight is 1 yard? Now this is a little bit better. This Chase going up 14-0. Of course, my internet starts spinning. As soon as we've had all sorts of internet issues like that all went haywire at one point. Let's see. Run by Jackson puts East Lincoln 14-0. This is the Mustangs up the middle. If you folks watching, he's going to come our way just a little bit, but for the most part, just rumble, stumble, and boom into the goal line for the touchdown. And you see the helmet fly. They had a little dust up after the play, but nothing too big. How about Holland makes the score 7-7 for Kings Mountain. This is Kings Mountain running to the left side, squeaking through. Got two blockers leading the way. One guy looked like he blocked two people on that one. Who I didn't get the number on that truck, but that was a nice lead blocking effort there. This was the end of the play after Chase had scored. We kind of caught the end of it. All right, this was Burns' touchdown earlier in the game to make it 7-0. This is the pass into the corner. We'll have that highlight from Shannon Allen and more. We'll go through his highlights in just a little bit. Beautiful pass up in the corner, Rob. Now, that made it 7-0, but they couldn't really add to it much from there. This is the A.J. Richardson of Kings Mountain with a 1 yard touchdown run. I'm not going to show you that one. Jeremiah Morris had a big run there to close out the third. This is the interception by DeAndre Hull of Kings Mountain with Burns driving, looking to score, Rob. This is one of the huge plays in the ball game. And I'm just watching that play, and quarterback, the receiver he went through, ran a hitch route, Robin. Put it this way, he threw it on his third hitch, and it got picked. A little bit too late there. Held on the ball too long and tried to find the hitch route late. I'm guessing he was looking at a deeper route first because that guy was wide open off from the start of the play. And then when he come back to him, ended up getting picked there. This is Lamont Littlejohn to DeAndre Hull for 70 yards on the touchdown play. I'm pulling it up. Of course, we've got like I said, the internet tonight is just been ridiculous. And it even shut down our broadcast for a while. For you folks that call, we know it's just I don't even know who our internet service is, Time Warner Spectrum, whichever one it is. It's not been fantastic, put it that way. They just ran the go route, beat him deep down the sideline, and boom, there he goes all the way down the field for the score. I mean, that's just a go. I mean, he just straight went up the side, safety, backing up. I don't know what. Rob, I don't know who's responsible for this, but looking at this defense, the way Burns got beat right here, you've got your corner and press, but there's no safety.
That's exactly right.
So after 3 feet, and this is the exact play they ran, Burns is sitting there. You've got I don't know if this is a safety or linebacker is the closest guy to him. He tries to get out. He turns, and he's already beat. As soon as the throw's gone, he turns, look, he never speeds up. So he's running like a linebacker, not a corner. So that play, from the start, seems to me like kind of a busted coverage or something, Rob, to not have anybody, back there, or if the safety got caught cheating up at the snap of the ball or what happened right here. But he just ran straight down the field. They threw it. They got it. 40 yards, 30, 20, 10, touchdown. And the Mountaineers went up 19-7.
And that was one of the things Kings Mountain's been working on, trying to figure out that quarterback situation. So a good pass there from Little John. That's
how you get more playing time. This is Burns cutting the score 19-14. Bulldogs in the shotgun, rolling right. Kind of the same play, except the other guy didn't run the hitch pass this time. Up underneath, shakes one guy, 2 and 3 for the score. So a good play. Just another. And that's one thing. We've seen some scores this year, Robbie, of just kids. The defense is not wrapping up. And we saw a couple of those tonight. And it's just we've the extra points and wrapping up have been actual big. And you preach this stuff to the kids. It's hard for them to understand until you end up losing a game, and then you go back and watch film. You're like, guys, you wrap up here, they don't score.
And I've been kind of surprised, Kevin, because I kind of felt like coming in, it's not like we had a full off season between football seasons.
No, they ain't.
We just got done.
It's been like a year long football season.
So to see, I know we talk about first game jitters and those kinds of things, but it's not been that long since you've been on the field. So it's been kind of surprising, especially like things like tackles, just things that are between the ears kind of stuff to see how they're happening.
All right, so let me look at some of Shannon's highlights of this Kings Mountain Burns game. He got some better shots down the sideline, some more clear shots. Once the lighting goes down at night on these fields, people was like, well, why does the shot look like that or something? Why does it look blurry? Is these cameras have a real tough time adjusting at these. So you wonder why there's so many lights at, like, say, Panther Stadium or something. Like these high school fields, they look lit when you're out there. But when you turn the camera on, you're like,
that's right.
This ain't as lit as I thought it was out here. This is another play. Bulldogs under center. They roll right. This is the score into the corner. No, this is the interception, the comeback and the interception. I just think Mooney got mixed up with what he should have been looking at there, and ended up trying to hit his safety valve. And anybody that's played quarterbacks learned when you wait a long time on those safety valves, and then these underside linebackers will kill you with that stuff.
Absolutely,
because you're not looking at him. You're not looking at the guy coming off the ball. And that's one thing. For you Panthers fans, that Luke Kuechly was great at was that exact thing. It was coming off the ball and helping somebody else on the pass. Oh, I've got nothing but Burns and stuff highlights right now. Tanner had some power problems out at Chase. He'll have something loaded up later. And then Jason did get some there in that East Lincoln game. But, no really big major plays even at all across the board tonight, Rob. We just had a ton of low scoring, regular scoring games. So
I think the best play we've seen was that catch by the Burns wide receiver.
Yes.
On that fade pass, I think it's the best one we've seen.
That's probably that is probably our play of the week. We usually do a play, and I agree with you. The pass catch and everything on that was fantastic. Anything else coming across yet, Rob?
Still looking, trying to run down some finals from some of our area teams, and just no finals are coming up yet. And here's just a prime example, Kevin, and I don't see how this is right. There's been a score report here in the state of North Carolina, 106-99. is the score that's being reported right now. So
Yeah.
definitely some issues with some of the scoreboard outlets, if you will, score wise. But Kevin, right quick, a story involving a high school player. Just seen this come across the line, and to me, this just kind of exemplifies where we're at, amateur athletic wise. Sources say top Rutgers quarterback commit Gavin Wimsett plans to leave high school in the upcoming days and join the Scarlet Knights for the 2021 season. He's expected to be immediately eligible. Wimson plays his final high school game tonight. Where are we, Kevin?
I'm going to say, well, first of all, I have no problem with what the kid's doing, because this is what, if he's a golfer,
Right.
if he's a tennis player, if he's any other sport, basketball, and football are the only sports where we say you can't go be.
That's true.
You can't
That's
be
true.
an adult and play sports. Now, with that said, I wouldn't give up my high school football season for Rutgers. Can I just say that?
Well, there you go.
You're not going to Notre Dame, kid. You're not going to that. That's my take from it. Is that, geez, if you're going to give up that, don't do it for Rutgers.
How about this, man? Does the kid quarterback his high school team tonight?
And then somebody else next week?
And next Saturday, is he starting for the Rutgers
How does
Scarlet
that even
Knights?
work, eligibility?
I don't know.
Like, so can any college just sign anybody off the street during the middle of the season?
Well, with what's happening with realignment and everything, maybe now high school becomes the minor leagues, and you just, as the week, we're down a guy, let's go sign somebody.
That is weird. That is really weird. During the season, like, this ain't like, I've seen that some guys are going to leave early, especially the basketball players have looked at it.
Right.
But, I don't know, Rob. That's kind of got me there. Like, again, my point of it would be, well, why would you leave for Rutgers?
Why Rutgers? Right.
It's not like, man, I got to get my life going to get to Rutgers University.
Do have a final from the Davie County Lake Norman game.
Okay.
Davie County gets the win 42-28 over Lake
42-28.
Yes.
Well, our scoreboard operator in the office disappeared for the night, so I guess it's up to me and you. I don't know where he went. He got his pasta and went home. Michael Jordan's Lanny Buccaneers won tonight 51-0. If anybody's keeping score of that, like just in the West in general, Rob, what would I say? 15 of our 37 teams. So we got 37 teams in our area that we really cover. You guys, you're looking at them there on your score on your scoreboard there or on your screen. You see all the ones that are off this week. That's mostly COVID. Now next week, a lot of these teams had open dates next week too, Rob. On my schedule, the only teams that I have, here's the schedule I have for next week. High Brighton and Shelby, Cherryville Chase, Christ King at Bessemer. I don't know if RS Central's playing at Chesney.
Right.
North Gaston at Crest, Burns at Watauga, Cherokee at East Gaston, Union County at Mountain Island, and Drone at Highland Tech. That's it. No Kings Mountain next week. Crest just added a game.
Yeah, Crest moved the North Gaston game too.
No East Lincoln, North Lincoln, or Lincoln next week. That's 4 teams taking the bye that we know of. And then in Gaston County, I don't have. Well, Ashbrook's hosting West Lincoln next week, so that's the one. That's those 2 teams. They weren't supposed to play.
Right.
But as far as the rest of it, I got everybody in Gaston County's off too. I got no Huss. I got no South Point. I got none of them. So Gaston, most of these teams are off. Next week, we're going to have like 8 to 15 games total on this board. And I thought maybe we'll see a couple switches or something maybe for next week.
And here's going to be the thing too now, Kevin. If you're having that bye week this early, you don't have that open date now later to fill in if you do lose a game because of COVID.
And that's what we were just kind of discussing a little while ago is what are they going to do on some of these games? You know that's why the North Athletic Association makes millions of dollars and we don't, Rob. It's their job to figure it out, not mine and yours. So,
but it seems to be not a major concern. Have we got the North Lincoln?
I don't have it as a final, no.
54-40.
54-40 is your final.
Got
is that final?
That's what I've got. 54-40 final.
54-40.
North Lincoln with the win.
The Knights over. I don't even know who Northwest Cabarrus. What are they? Do you know? Are they the Vikings?
No, that's not Northwest Cabarrus.
That's one of the. Is it one of the Cabarrus?
It's one of the Cabarrus.
Central, it doesn't. Yeah. Okay.
I think Central Cabarrus may be the Vikings.
Okay. Highland Tech, I got a score in the third quarter. Third quarter score. Carver 26. Highland Tech, 21.
Watch out
I
now.
told y'all. Y'all boys got to listen to this now. The Rambling Wreck. Come on, Tommy, have a seat. The Rambling, yeah, go ahead and sit here because I got the camera pointed there. The Rambling Wreck from Highland Tech, only down 26-21 right now, Rob.
Interesting.
26-21 Carver. Winston-Salem Carver. JP, you got a phone call? Was you making me a face? Okay, I thought you were saying something.
No, I was just welcoming Tom to the show.
Tom, did you get that welcome?
Yes, I did. I appreciate it. Thank you.
JP, he got your name right.
The Bulldog is
remember
in the
my name.
house.
The Bulldog.
Thank you. Well, it was just a hard-fought game. Kings Mountain over Burns, 19-14, and second half, hard time finishing. You know, they moved the ball a little bit better than they did in the first. You know, the game last week, which they actually won. But I got to give Coach Lloyd some credit. Burns about to get off the field, 13-7. It's 3rd and 13. You go empty set and 5 wide.
That's
and
Greg
get a
Lloyd.
one-on-one matchup with the edge, and it goes for a touchdown. I mean, that's just that call took a lot of guts because if that's incomplete, clock stops.
Right.
You know, you're not in a totally unfavorable part of the field, but you know that ends up being a touchdown. And I know there was some dispute over whether they were arguing that he went out of bounds and was the first to touch the football, but it doesn't matter if you're forced out of bounds. So I mean, we're in the booth. How far are we away from that play? So, but that was the difference. You know, Chase Bridges comes back with a big 70-yard reception, and then Thompson gets a touchdown to make it 19-14. Almost got the onside kick. It's a pretty good job by Camacho to get that thing to get past the first line. It was free there for a second, but Fisher gets on top of it for Kings Mountain, and that's where it ends, 19-14. So just a hard-fought game, and, you know, Kings Mountain not as strong as they were, you know, last couple of years. So you want to get them when you can get them.
That's right.
Absolutely. So we had a chance tonight. Guys fought tremendously hard. I was really impressed with Richardson for Kings Mountain. I'll tell you what, number 15, I think it was about 280 pounds. And I tell you that, well, no, excuse me. No, not 230. Excuse me. Let me correct myself. I think he's like 6 foot, 230 pounds. He's a load. I mean, they use him at linebacker and they use him at linebacker and fullback. And when
he's the heavyweight wrestler for the
champion.
wrestling team.
Yeah, he's a regional champion. Not a state champion, but a regional champion. So Dan Grellman told me that. So he's he went down with some cramps. He started playing a lot of snaps, and it was still a little warm tonight. But, you know, I'm going to credit our coaching staff. I think we had we fought hard, just having a hard time consistently maintaining drives. You know what I mean? And it's a lot of this pre-snap penalties.
And Tom, I think it goes back to what we talked about. I think that youth kind of it's a young offense.
Yeah.
And we're seeing it kind of jump up and bite them every now and then.
Yeah, just pre-snap penalties, snaps on the ground, you know, missed assignments, maybe not getting out of a play when you need to get out of a play. So, you know, things like that. But I think our boys fought hard, and I'm proud of our boys. And, you know, they're 2-1, going to go up to Watauga next week. You hate to lose a county game, but it's not a non-conference game, so it doesn't hurt you moving forward. And if you can hang with Kings Mountain and their athletes and, you know, their program, and, you know, congratulations to Coach Lloyd. Does a great job of that program. I don't care what anybody says. You know, he's had some come up just short of some state championship seasons. He does a great job with that program. So congratulations to him and his kids. They fought hard. He came in with a good game plan. And when they switched to running the ball, it made the difference in that second quarter, Robbie. So once again, 19-14 on your Mr. Sparky scoreboard, Kings Mountain over Burns.
And I kind of felt like, Tom, and you made that point as I've watched Kings Mountain going into this season, to me, their success was going to be predicated on how well they ran the ball.
Yeah.
And tonight was a prime example, I think, against the Bulldogs. The thing, if you're Burns now, Tom, you've had you've had 3 tough games.
Yeah.
So to me, you're battle tested. Head up to Watauga next week, and then again, not to take anything away from those teams in the conference, but you're fixing to have a stretch where you work on things to get better for that final game of the year. That's what it's coming down to.
Yeah, it was a tough beginning, and like you said, no disrespect to the teams in the middle, but they're not as good as Crest and Kings Mountain, and even Forest View. Did Forest View win tonight? I know they were ahead. Yeah, so that makes 4. So are they 2-1 or 3-0? I mean, excuse me. No, it can't be 3-0. We beat them 1-2. They're 1-2. 2-1. They're 1-2. But I thought they were pretty tough. I think they're going to win a few ball games this year.
Yeah.
So, you play a 3A school in Forest View, and then you play Creston, you play Kings Mountain. Watauga, I know they'll have a little something. I mean, I know that they took it on the chin once. I can't remember. Somebody put it on pretty good, but they got to make the trip.
Yeah,
got to get on that bus for a couple hours.
That's a tough place to play.
That's a tough place to go up and play. But if they get by that one, and then they've got some conference games, which they should be the better team, and they should be favored to win, and then it sets it up for the big one against Shelby at the end of the year. I think it's going to be a good ball game. Now you might say, well, Shelby was able to take care of Kings Mountain pretty well, and Kings Mountain took care of Burns, but you can't. It's a little too early just to judge it by that.
Absolutely.
I will say this for Kings Mountain, Little John, I thought, to me, won the quarterback job tonight. I think he did, especially with that pass. I can't remember the name of the kid who caught that long touchdown pass. I've been at this for about 14 hours a day. I'm running out of gas. But he, Little John.
DeAndre Hoyle.
DeAndre Hoyle.
So you talk about 70 yards?
Yes. I had balls in a bucket. I mean, really. And he made some other throws.
It was. We just showed the highlight a minute ago before you probably heard us talk about it coming down.
Balls in a bucket. I really think that he has won the job. Now, it's up to Coach Lloyd, whatever he sees in practice and such. But as I was saying earlier, for Kings Mountain, that's a tough situation to be in when you don't know who your quarterback is.
Absolutely.
Now, if you have two different quarterbacks who do two different things, it's different. Mm-hmm. But this isn't Kings Mountain situation. They're trying to figure out who their guy is. And I think Little John has won that job. I think moving forward, he's the guy for Kings Mountain.
This is the play you talk about, Tom.
Yeah.
We were looking at it, he didn't have any safety help over the top. And I didn't know if that kid right there chasing was the safety or if he was a linebacker and they just didn't have any help over the top. But he had press coverage, and you see nobody put it this way, at the snap of the ball, not a single player was behind 8 yards off. Your deepest player is 8 yards off the ball with this safety over here.
Because you got your package in to stop the run, because they thought that was a situation. Okay, they're going to run again. No. But I'm saying the situation.
Right.
The situation you think they're going to run, and that's why
3rd and 13.
Yeah, 3rd and 13. They're just going to run and make us use our last timeout. Now, in hindsight, can I backseat drive a little bit when they come out an empty set?
You're right.
You might have want to call a timeout. You know what I mean? What do? You might. I don't know if you're going to change your personnel package, but you certainly don't want one-on-one. And maybe if you're the Burns coaching staff, you make Little John make that throw.
I've not seen him make that throw till tonight.
Yeah.
So
and that might be the other thing. Okay, if you think he can throw it there, make him throw it, and he did.
Yeah.
So
sometimes you just got to look at the kid and say, "Good job." I mean, it's
watching this play. I don't see anybody waving, Tom, like on the sidelines. So I'm wondering. I'm looking at the Kings Mountain. When I first saw this, when you said you were thinking run on this, and that's why there's maybe no safeties deep. I was wondering if they looked at this, the Kings Mountain people on the side, and called it straight from the side. But it doesn't look like there's any call from the side. That this was called straight from the huddle. That kid was going deep right there, and on the snap, quarterback's looking that way the whole time. He acted like he was looking in the middle of the field for half a second there. He's not looking left. The two receivers don't even run a route on the left side. One runs a hitch, and that was it the whole way. So, to me, it almost looks like a play of perfect call, perfect time on that, Tom. Because like I said, usually you don't see no safety back or any help on it. And only one guy went deep. Two guys didn't even run a route.
Yeah.
One guy ran a 10-yard or like a 4 or 5 yard hitch, and then you didn't have anybody else going back. So I don't know if they just accidentally caught y'all in that, and that's just the play they were going to run and try to beat them deep or what. But either way, Bulldogs fall 19-14 at home. Next week, Tom, where are they going to be?
Bulldogs will be at Watauga.
Oh yeah, they are at Watauga. We just talked about that a second ago. They lost big time to Maiden, but I think they won this past week, and they were. What was the score earlier? Didn't we have a Watauga score earlier, Rob?
We had one earlier. They were getting beat, I think.
8-6 is the score I had that they were winning. against Michelle. That's Mitchell.
Michelle.
Let me get that T in there, folks.
Okay.
Michelle didn't have 6. That was the last score we got. So I don't know. Maiden beating them like they did, I thought Watauga would be better. I wasn't seeing or expecting a 52-0 drumming or whatever it was from Maiden, whatever they put on them last week. But that's where it's a tough trip up the mountain. Might be. I'm glad you guys aren't playing them in November.
Yeah, I know it. And that wind starts blowing. But
yeah. The temperature, it'll probably feel like a great night for football next Friday night in Boone.
Don't know if it's a final yet. 34-23 right now. Mitchell leads Watauga.
So 34-23. We'll get that updated here.
Mitchell usually has a pretty decent football team. Yeah. They usually do. Well, boys,
go home.
I've enjoyed it. I'm going home.
Get you sleep. See you in the morning.
Get you some rest, man.
Yeah. I'll have a biscuit for you in the morning.
Still proud of our boys. Proud of our boys. We're looking forward to next week, the challenge at Watauga. Thanks, guys.
All right, JP, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll do some more scores, highlights. We'll talk about next week's. We'll get the power poll in order and more on KTCBroadcasting.com.
For advice you can trust, see Kiever Pharmacy in Lincoln, where they are a partner in your health and they feature personalized care just for you. From medication management to immunizations to diabetes care, you get it all at Kiever Pharmacy. They are your local pharmacy that you can trust with the best in personalized care, advice, and services. That's Kiever Pharmacy, 1814 East Main Street in Lincoln. Online at KieverPharmacy.com. Like them on Facebook, too. At Key Builders in Lincoln, they want to help you make your dream home a reality. And now's the best time ever. Interest rates are still very, very low. Key Builders can build on your land, plus they have land available. Drop by their newly remodeled sales center. See their built-in design center so you can see how your new home will look inside and out. Take a look at some of their homes on their Facebook page at Key Builders INC. It's time to make your dreams come true. See Key Builders today, located at 1459 North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Online at keybuildersnc.com and see their page at whatsupshopper.com too.
Lake Electric Company was founded in 1984. They are licensed in North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and Virginia. Safety and quality is first in everything they do. For all your electrical needs, serving Lincoln County, Catawba County, Burke County, Mecklenburg County, and all the surrounding counties. When it has to be done right, call Lake Electric. Let them take care of your family. Lake Electric Company, 4362 Providence Mill Road, Maiden. Call 704-483-4000. Online at lakeelectric.com. Lowe's Home Improvement is having a Labor Day blowout sale. American Gourmet Grills as low as $99. Charborough Grills starting at $199. Monument Grills, Weber Grills, and Napoleon Grills. All select patio furniture 25% off. Premium brown mulch $2.88 a bag. Valspar Signature Duramax paint and primer. Valspar exterior stains, buy one get one 50% off. Purchase carpet and hardwood service flooring and have it installed by Thanksgiving and Christmas. Lowe's Home Improvement, where the pros shop. 1603 East Main Street in Lincoln. Call 704-748-9335.
Getting the kids to practice on time. Remembering if it's your day to bring snacks. Making it to the game with a clean jersey. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. Auto Owners works with independent agents who answer when you call, so you can worry about more important things, like whether your kid is going to run toward first or third base. That's simple human sense.
Your auto insurance agencies are Mooney Insurance Agency in Maiden and East Lincoln Insurance Agency in Denver.
When I say I'm going on a run in the morning, I mean a McDonald's run. Like to get the crispy chicken biscuit. It's made with a crispy, juicy, and tender chicken filet on a warm, flaky biscuit. Try one for breakfast. Mix and match the crispy chicken biscuit, sausage McMuffin with egg, or bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. Get any two for just $4.39. You know it's going to be a good day when it starts with a McDonald's run. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Prices and participation may vary. Limited time only. Cannot be combined with any other offer or combo meal. Single item at regular price. Valid when product served.
Northbrook's finest in food is found in Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 27 West 274 intersection in Vail. Hey, come on by and check out their special. With every $20 or more purchase, you get a free roll of 2-ply, feather soft, made in the USA toilet paper. No kid. Head to Mitchum's Kitchen for your favorite burgers, barbecue, fish, steak, and chicken. And don't forget about their big Sunday lunch from Mitchum's Kitchen, Highway 27 West 274 intersection in Vail. For orders to go, call 704-276-1155.
Napa know-how.
Napa Auto Parts in Lincoln has been in business for over 50 years. Family-owned business with experience and professional countermen that knows automobiles and trucks. They specialize in hard-to-find parts with the largest inventory around. Hydraulic hose assembly, automotive paints, and all brands and weights of motor oil. You're looking for quality and price? Stop in at Napa Auto Parts in Lincoln. Open 6 days a week, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Saturdays. 136 North Generals Boulevard in Lincoln. Call 704-735-0411.
Napa know-how.
Listen up. This ad is worth $50 on your next event booking at the new Northgate venue in Lincoln. Just mention this radio ad and get $50 off your next event. It's great for parties, wedding receptions, rehearsal dinners, business meetings, vendor events, and more. No matter the occasion, the Northgate venue is the place to book. And again, mention this radio ad and take $50 off your next booking. That's Northgate Venue, 129 Vandiver Drive, off North Aspen Street in Lincoln. Call 704-452-7333 and see their photos on Facebook at Northgate Venue.
Get a great deal on versatile Kubota equipment today, like Kubota BX and L Series compact tractors, part of our under 100 horsepower tractor lineup rated '1 for reliability, Z Series mowers, and Sidekick utility vehicles. Stop by your local Kubota dealer today. Bring home the Kubota BX 2380 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months now through December 31st. See us or go to KubotaUSA.com for more details.
Your Kubota dealer is Parker Farm Service, 126 Bessie Drive in Kings Mountain.
And welcome back to the Full Throttle Power Sports post-game show with Kevin and Robbie.
All right, JP, thanks for welcoming us back. I'm going to go over the power poll here in a second after I do some fuzzy math. Rob's got some scores for you guys, maybe a couple updates here and there. He's going to give you what's that we have up to date. If you're watching online, you can see them there on your screen. That's what we got so far. So, Rob, tell the folks at home on the radio waves what the scores were.
Yeah, let me take a look over here at the big board on the wall. Chase got the win over North Gaston, 36-26. It was Kings Mountain 19, Burns 14, East Lincoln 14, Lincoln 8. Thomas Jefferson defeated Community School of Davidson 51-15. Pine Lake Prep 20, Bessemer City 8. Stuart Kramer 28, East Gaston 21. Forest View defeated Freedom 13-7. It was North Lincoln in a shootout 54-40 over Northwest Cabarrus. Hickory Ridge defeats South Point 27-7. AC Reynolds defeats Alexander Central 24-7. Hendersonville gets the win over East Henderson 55-0. It was Davie County over Lake Norman 42-28. Smoky Mountain defeated Robertson 37-12. Murphy over Georgia Forest 58-14. Hickory with the victory against Drone 37-13. Owen defeated Albemarle 34-21. Congrats to Coach Brent Russell on his first win. And Pisgah defeated Mountain Heritage 19-2. Those are all finals that we have right now. Still looking for some other finals, Kevin, and we're not even sure some of these games are being played.
Right. We don't even know. We've given you the most important things. Every score we've given you is the most important ones. We're not waiting on anything in our area. We don't know if Cabarrus and Huss played tonight, so if anybody knows about that, let us know. However, we do know Carver and Highland Tech's in a battle, 26-21 Carver over Highland Tech, according to the Athletic Association. Now, is that right? We don't know. Now, Rob, I've put up on the screen for our folks at home, and I'll get you to help me go through these some as well. But next week, the next week's schedule, week 4, that's not right. We've had some changes already. So High Brighton will be at Shelby on WHS. We've got West Lincoln at Ashbrook on WLON. So we won't have Christ the King Investment. We'll have West Lincoln at Ashbrook on WLON next week. And then Cherville will be at Chase on WCSL. We do not know if Central will be playing next week at Chesney or not. So that Cherville Chase game may be on both channels. But after that, Rob, go down the WHS channel for us there if you would.
Taking a look with WHS as well. Let's see, what is
on the left there?
Let's see, we got the High Brighton at Shelby.
Yeah. Oh, you want me to make that bigger for you?
Yeah, I'm getting old.
That's fine.
And then Crest at Ashbrook. Kramer at Crest would be October 1st. September 24th. October 1st at South Point at Crest. October 8th will be Thomas Jefferson taking out Burns, and then Bessemer City and Shelby in week 9. So, again, some of these games a little mixing and matching here. We know Crest was supposed to be open this coming Friday. They're going to play their North Gaston game this week, which, Kevin, means the possibility that week 8, the October 8th game, may be Crest and Shelby that night from the way the things have been moved around. So we'll just have to keep an eye on that as well. Again, COVID is playing havoc with these schedules. Teams are struggling to find games. And, again, when we looked over some of our games even tonight, we had some games called right before they were supposed to start. So we're going to have to see just how that all shakes out.
All right, working on my power poll, and the top 5 teams in our area, Robbie, did not play.
Really?
Tonight. So I showed everybody right there. So there was the power poll before.
Right.
Tonight. Maiden didn't play. Shelby didn't play. Statesville didn't play. Bandy's didn't play. Bunker Hill didn't play. So we didn't give a team playing in our area until all the way down to number 6 in the power poll, and that was East Lincoln.
Right.
And they played tonight. Burns played tonight. Hendersonville played tonight. Chase, South Point all played tonight. So all 5 of those, 3 of those 5 jumped significantly. I'm gonna break that down. I'm doing some fuzzy math right here to figure out my final top 10, Rob. But right now, let's see. There's Burns, 5P, and then Kings Mountain, South Point. I'm gonna have to do some math. How many points South Point give up tonight? What was that score? You said wasn't it a
27
lot?
to 7.
So that's 41. How many Burns? How many Kings Mountain give up tonight? More than 4.
Let's see. Kings Mountain gave up. They gave up 14.
So South Point will take that spot, and Kings Mountain will end up there. All right, so let me go over the updated power poll as far as I know, Rob. I think I've got it right. I'll check on this in the morning. I know for the folks listening you're on the edge of your seats for this, but anyway, I got top 12 nailed. We can go from that. 12 right now. North Lincoln with 3 power points. They picked up big win tonight. Who they played tonight? Who was it? Northwest Cabarrus. So they picked up 3 points tonight. I'm guessing. Let me make sure that is a 3-point a win. Yes, 3-point win tonight for North Lincoln. So they actually moved from 17 to 12 tonight. Kings Mountain moves up 2 spots in the standings. Rob. Now, here's where the math gets fuzzy. They've got 2 wins. Who'd they beat so far? Who did they beat week 1?
Asheville. They got beat by Shelby, beat Asheville, then I beat Burns.
4, then 2. So they got 4 points, lost 2 points, and then they got 2 points tonight, so they're back to 4. All right. Burns beat 2 3A schools and then lost to a 3A school. So Burns with a win is still ahead of Kings Mountain.
Right.
Now, what's going to be weird about the poll here in a minute is, unlike, say, college, if the top 5 teams in college just didn't play, they would all still be ranked the top 5 teams. This one changes because if you don't play, you can't get points. All right, Kings Mountain 11, South Point 10. They lose the tiebreaker with South Point based on defense. Their number 10 team now is the Red Raiders with 4. At number 9, the Burns Bulldogs with 5 power points. At number 8, Bunker Hill with 6, tied with Bandy's at 6. Bandy's wins the tiebreaker on defense. 3 teams tied with 7 power points, 4 through 6. Maiden at 4, Shelby 5, Statesville 6. So the top 3 teams didn't play tonight. They all dropped 3 spots. Bandy's dropped 3 spots. Bunker Hill dropped 3 spots. So the top 5 were all jumped by 3 teams, and they didn't play tonight.
Huh.
So welcome to the Matrix.
There you go,
Robbie.
Do you want to take the red pill?
Yeah. So with that said, we have got 3 new top 3 teams tonight that was not in the top 3 last week. 3 teams from that middle row, Rob. And without surprising you, they are in a row. So kinda. The number 1 team now in the power poll, the Hendersonville Bearcats.
I say the Bearcats of Hendersonville.
Hendersonville's got 9 points tonight after a 3-point victory. East Lincoln and Chase tied with 8 overall. But East Lincoln's got the tiebreaker on defense. They've given up less points than the Trojans. Trojans have give up 53 on the year, and East Lincoln 32. So keeping score at home now. Our number one team in the KTC Broadcasting Power Poll is the Hendersonville Bearcats. Number 2, East Lincoln. 3, Chase. 4, Maiden. 5, Shelby. 6, Statesville. 7, Bandies. 8, Bunker Hill. 9, Burns. 10, South Point. 11, Kings Mountain. And 12, North Lincoln. So for the Kings Mountain fans, they're going to be mad. Why didn't we get ahead of Burns? It works out in the end, folks, because watch this. Burns plays a bunch of 2 and 1A schools for the next 6 weeks. So they're only going to be able to get like 15 points. Y'all win 5 games, you'll go by them.
Right.
So have patience. And I never. So Rob, I'm not a big college football, fan. I've always thought the rankings were BS and how you do it, and there's no playoffs and all that, and how that works. So the whole pageantry of college football and all that stuff means nothing to me. I mean, you're a Duke fan. You probably don't care either as far as as far as the college football stuff. So when people get like upset over the rankings, I don't get it.
Give me
I don't get it
with college football. Give me the good game.
Yeah,
I just want the good game.
Right.
So I don't see, and like you said, it's so subjective. Even with this 4-team deal, who is ever going to break into the group of Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Oklahoma?
Well, somebody might get mad that Kings Mountain's not ranked ahead of Burns in our poll, but how many times in the AP poll does it again, will Virginia Tech be ranked ahead of North Carolina this week? Think about that.
Right.
Virginia Tech wasn't even ranked, but they beat North Carolina, beat them the whole game. They proved they're better than them.
Right.
But we'll come in next week. I bet next week it'll be like Virginia Tech 17, Carolina 18.
Yeah. I can see it.
That's the way the voters do it. And so there's no opinion on this poll, folks. It's nothing but standings. And so don't
wins and losses.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, if you really care where you're ranking in the power poll, then you're not worried about the right stuff.
I don't know, man.
We do it for fun.
Where did that power poll gets out? You got to be careful.
We do it for fun. All right. Scores in the area: East Lincoln 14-8 over Lincoln, and Burns falls 19-14 at home to Kings Mountain. Chase wins at home 36-10 in a very close game. Pine Lake Prep 20-8 over Bessemer City. Jefferson tonight, the Griffons win 51-15. Last score we had was 26-21. Carver over Highland Tech, and final score Forest View 13-7 over Freedom. East Gaston falls at Kramer 28-21. Don't have anything on Central Cabarrus Huss. They might not even be playing. Northwest Cabarrus. Is there a North Cabarrus and a West Cabarrus for them to have a Northwest Cabarrus?
There's actually a West Cabarrus High School now. So
okay, I just wanted to make sure, because why in the world? Jeez, a lot of counties would do that. Would just name it Northwest. That was a proposal a long time ago about Cherryville and Bessemer. If they combine, what they're going to name them. And there was the Cherryville City Iron Jackets.
Nice.
Or the Bessemerville Yellow Men.
Very nice. I like that.
I think it was going to be the Northwest something. So probably the Cougars. Who knows?
It always is, isn't it? That's the only name now you can pick and not offend somebody.
As far as names goes, I'm going to say I'm going to be nitpicky. And there's only one real team around here I don't like the name. I don't like Kings Mountain. I hate the repetition.
You don't like the repetition?
For someone who has to type
Mountaineers.
this in on like tweets and Facebook and on score sheets and everything, it sucks so bad. Like, be the Bears, be anything.
The Kings Mountain Minutemen.
I don't care. Just don't say Mountaineers. That drives me nuts. Because when you write it on the board, you have to abbreviate stuff. It's just so much. Not that I hate the name Mountaineers. Obviously, I'm an Appalachian State fan. I think it sounds great. Black and gold Appalachian State, but the repetition of it just drives me crazy on that end of it. So that's my one pet peeve of the day on that. Now, Rob, got a couple of quick things I want to kind of mention and get into real quick. Since we don't have too many highlights and folks at home or watch online for scores and listen on the radio, we don't have too many times where we can get on our soapbox and do some complaining or fussing, but I'm going to take the time to do that a little bit tonight. People are wondering why we don't have video, why we do things we do, what schools we go to, where we go. A lot of reasons, right? So in the spring, the 95% of the schools around the area and in the state decided that they were going to try to do some type of broadcast of their games. And now we were paying them money. So everyone obviously wanted more money, so they're going to do a broadcast of their own games. And the way, doing the math on it, Rob, so if you're doing, we'll do some quick math on it. If, you're doing 11 games per team and you're doing videos, and you're paying the fee, well, that's 44 teams in Cleveland County, right?
Mm-hmm.
So 44 times 250, Cleveland County turned down $11,000.
Right.
Cleveland County turned down $11,000 from KTC Broadcasting. Easy math on it. 44 games, video. I tell you what, that's wrong math. All right, let me back that up because those are away games too. So let's cut that in half, a little bit more than half because everybody plays more home games for the most part. So let's say 6,000. So they turned down 6,000 just last year. And, what else does that affect? Well, Rob, you know as well as I do, there's less people working for KTC Broadcasting right now.
Absolutely.
We had 25 to 35 people a year. Now we're down to about 15 people is all we got. We went from 44 games in the regular season to 11 on WA on each channel, basically. Right. So you can, if you in Lincoln County, that's 88. Then in Cherryville, you could basically 100. We went from 100 games to 40 games. So basically, and I like to look at things kind of weird. Someone owes my children 50 Christmas presents. Is that not a right way to look at it?
Yeah.
Q Tucker, whoever's in charge of Cleveland County Schools, and that's why I kind of want to lean on this one. So this week, we had some broadcast controversy, and I don't know what I can say, what I could say, what to say, but no, none of it is fair or equal. So basically what happened while we're not doing video in the fall is that we weren't even notified that some of the schools weren't doing it. Right, Rob?
Right.
Until about a week or two before the season. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the computers, the camera stuff. We sold some of that stuff in the spring because the schools decided to do their own things. We changed all of our YouTube channels. Like each team had a channel. Now they're not. So we had to do. I put so much work into changing that, and then to come find out 2 weeks before the season starts, hey guys, and they didn't call us. We only knew because we found out.
Right.
We found out. Not that we knew. So or they called and told us, hey, would you guys like to come back? And it was nothing like that at all. It was we just accidentally found out that, and what we found out was Burns and Crest and Shelby weren't doing the video again, but Kings Mountain was. Now, Rob, your son's at Crest. You've been Crest. You're a Crest guy and everything.
Mm-hmm.
From what I've been told through the years and what I can understand is Cleveland County's supposed to do everything countywide, right?
That's what
all the money's supposed to be countywide. Everything's supposed to be shared county. If Burns so much paints a bulldog on a basketball court, someone at Crest or Kings Mountain has to have the same amount of paint, right? If someone at Burns buys a bucket of paint, someone at Kings Mountain will get mad about it and want to buy a bucket of paint too. But the people at Kings Mountain can do whatever they want and spend whatever they want and tell all the other schools to do whatever they want, and the other schools can't complain or say nothing about it. That's what I get. That's what I understand. And if anyone could tell me different, I would like to hear it, but that's not the truth. Because the truth of the matter is Kings Mountain forced this video thing, from what I've been told, on everyone else in the county, that they're wanting to push it, and they've done it. So now they're doing pay-per-view. So this week, they try to go to Burns. Burns ain't doing video this year.
Right.
They tried to tell them no, Robbie, and the county forced Burns to allow Kings Mountain to run their pay-per-view at their stadium. Kings Mountain will not allow any radio in the stadium.
Right.
Kings Mountain will not allow the radio stations in the stadium, but then Kings Mountain is dictating to other schools who they're broadcasting, who's doing their games that they're going to stream. So Kings Mountain paid Burns to broadcast the game tonight, folks. I don't know who paid them. I don't know who paid, if it come out of the Booster Club. I don't know if it come out of the football program. I don't know if Cleveland County Schools wrote that check. Somebody wrote that check. And who'd it come from? Why? Why is, what this is a weird situation for us. We're trying to do the games. We're offering money to do the games, and they're turning down thousands of dollars. And then the thing about it is, Rob, whether or not they want the team, if you want to broadcast them, fine, let's do it. But Shelby and Crest don't have games, and Burns don't have games this year to broadcast.
Right.
And I don't know why their decisions were that decisions and what it was, but Kings Mountain's still doing it. So to me, and again, if you'll remember, they pushed all this to do all the other sports. And as soon as football was over, did they do baseball and softball? They got volleyball ready. They got basketball ready. But as soon as football was over, they stopped it. And one point about it is, in the spring, there's only 7 games. You only had 3 home games. So you alienated the local media. If you'll read the newspaper or read online, folks, we went through it earlier. The Shelby Star, I'm going to throw you guys under the bus as well. The last 13 tweets, only one of them is a local tweet. Robbie, we sit here and went through it. They haven't tweeted one thing about Cleveland County football today in the last 2 weeks or nothing. It's NC State, Duke. They're owned by foreign entities. What I mean by that, they're owned by companies in Alabama.
Right.
Chase tonight had the game on TV. Rutherford County for the past few years is not allowed video. Chase was on TV in South Carolina.
Yeah.
South Carolina come and did a game. So they won't allow the hometown radio network to do the video, but a TV station in South Carolina can come do it. So, what do we do? Where do we go from here? We don't know. We're doing the best we can. So what we can do as far as we know right now is radio. So we're doing our radio. We're doing our audio. We're doing the Red Zone channel, which we love the fans to help out with. If you get video, you guys got highlights, please tag us because we'll use it. But, Rob, in Lincoln County, you folks, let me tell you something. The administration, the people running that over there, it's amazing that they don't even want us doing the games because I don't even know why. But depending on who you talk to over there, they'll be like, we don't even want you here. Their paper don't cover them. It's a weekly, whatever. It's a 3-day week paper. That's not covered properly. We try to do the games. And then here's the thing. In WLON for 25 years, we sat in the same seats. Something happened a few years ago. I don't know what happened exactly, but every time we went over to Lincoln the past few years, it's been a problem. The scoreboard announcer over there, or scoreboard operator, threatened to assault my father a few years ago. He came up to one of our announcers and said, I want to beat up Calvin Hastings. That's the scoreboard operator at Lincoln, folks. Yeah. Same guy that knocked over a scoreboard clock at North Lincoln and thought it was funny and texted around to people. They had a bounty, Rob, that he was getting money. And they said they were going to pay somebody to assault my father. This is at Lincoln High School. West Lincoln says, y'all might can sit out. We'll let you know when you get here. So when we go to these schools, we got to bring tents, chairs, stuff, and they might let us have it. At Lincoln, the announcer at Lincoln last week is a Lincoln graduate of this year. Graduated 5 months ago. Made him stand on the roof and told him he wasn't allowed to have any food or water. They told our announcers we couldn't have the food and snacks over there. Now, we don't care enough for that. Whatever. I'll buy my announcers some chicken tenders. Rob and them know I'll pay for them when they go somewhere. I'll buy them some food. But in my life, I've never been to a press box where they come and say, you can't eat our food. You can't drink our drinks. We don't even want you here. We would rather fight your owner and set you on the roof than have you here.
All right.
But because, and this is why I'm bringing it up, is because time after time again, this stuff happens to us all the time. And people are like, what do parents say? Rob, do they ever send you an email and say, did you get an email this year from Crest High School that said we're not broadcasting games this year?
No.
Did you get an email from Crest that said we're not allowing KTC last year?
No.
So how are parents supposed to react? How are parents supposed to know? How are parents supposed to do anything if you don't have a newspaper that covers these stories in the area? And the only people that does is the only people that says anything like us are the people that are getting screwed.
And I can tell you,
and I'm
Kevin,
sorry for the rant, Rob. I just want to get the information out. Go ahead.
And like you said, I have so many people come to me being over there in Cleveland County asking and talking about how much they miss the video part.
Right.
And for me, on the broadcast side of things, the process of high school sports being broadcast was such a beautiful thing that was going on in Cleveland County. When you looked at the Shelby broadcast. It was Shelby guys invested in their Shelby community that understood their Shelby program. Crest was the same way. Burns was the same way. And
I would say not real quick. 90% of our announcers are from the local schools.
Absolutely.
Like almost all of our announcers are from every one of our local schools.
And you just heard, and we just heard one who I was so excited about the possibilities of happening. If I'm Kings Mountain, and not to take anything away from a broadcaster, but the possibility that Paul Foster could have been calling Kings Mountain football, a guy who has called state championships, who has worked at Gaffney, South Carolina, who's been in Burns, Gardner-Webb.
Paul's a fantastic announcer.
I mean, so there were so many things that could have been put in place, and it just breaks my heart because of how it's impacted the coverage.
He was supposed to be their play-by-play announcer. Paul was supposed to be doing Kings Mountain games.
I mean, so you look at that situation, and again,
they kicked out the mayor of Kings Mountain.
Right.
Think about it. WGNC is doing. They were doing Kings Mountain, and they kicked him out. So he went and did South Point. So he's doing South Point games now, and they do Gardner-Webb on WGNC as well.
Right.
And I promote. Scott. They work out of our offices actually in Shelby. So it's I don't know. Rob, I appreciate, everything you guys do. And we've got so many guys that work hard for us and do things, but the treatment at some of these places is the weirdest and wildest thing ever. It used to be, and you remember, right? I don't know if it's the internet world, but it used to be wherever we went, I ain't saying they rolled out a red carpet, but it was closed.
But daggone it,
welcome guys.
That's it. I mean, you talk about
here's some food. Here's all the water you want.
The camaraderie that you had when you went to these places, everybody knew each other, and it was, and it was like seeing old friends again when you hadn't been there.
I honestly have never been to a place once, and I've never been told once in the last 30 years where someone in the press box told our announcers they can't have any of the food, water, or snacks. Specifically said, y'all, this is not for KTC broadcasting.
Right.
Same press box that threatened to assault my father. Same guy. So it's just all right. So so at East so at East there's not room in their press box. Fine, we can, sometimes It used to be. I'm gonna say there's not room now. In COVID times, there's not room. In regular times, we had a seat. Always had a seat.
Right.
North Lincoln, we've always had a seat. Never problem. Not having one problem ever at North Lincoln High School. I can say that for a fact. But Gaston County's weird on their broadcast stuff. The guy that's over the county, he's kind of in today's world authoritarian. That's his thing, is he likes to be the boss hog of everything. One guy I'd like to think that always rolls out the red carpet. He retweets all of our tweets, promotes it when we do it. Stephen Jones at Thomas Jefferson High School.
Right.
I'm talking, Rob. He promotes and he likes it. David Lubowitz and Chris Mathieu at East Lincoln. They retweet everything we do. Some schools and some places do. Now the issue is our stations with the radio. We can't cover everything. We can't be everywhere, not every school. Right. So we'd love to go to the schools that are like, hey, don't y'all just come. And in Lincoln County, they've split them to 3A and 4A and out of the different counties. Now that started off where, we were doing 2 games a week in Lincoln County on video at one point. And then one coach over there didn't like that we were doing their video, and people could know what he's going to run the option. Robbie, I'm going to run the option every play, but I don't want you showing my tape. Like Pop Warner. Well, you can watch Pop Warner's tape and play against South Point. I promise you. The only thing they're going to do different, Rob, is every now and then they're going to sneak the tight end out or the wide receiver. But other than that, option right, option left, fullback dive. Well, I can watch Pop Warner black and white highlights. And that coach, he didn't want us doing video because you're going to affect us, whatever. But we used to do all North Lincoln County game of the week at West Lincoln, all of those, and then the last few years, I don't know. We would love to do them. Put it that way. We would love to do all the games. That was our goal when we started. That's what we wanted to do, and never thought we would get pushback. Really,
right?
To tell you,
the thing for me too, Kevin, it's negatively impacting the coverage of our young people.
Mm-hmm.
When we want to hear, and there's so much negativity in the world, something like this, these are the positive things that we can focus on and talk about and look at and show these 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old kids and their families and the excitement of it. And I don't know, it's just, it really has broke my heart.
Well, people don't think about the other things we do. So I take every year for the past like almost 10 years, I went to every high school and taken senior pictures of the football players. This spring and this fall, I hadn't. Your son's a senior. Wouldn't you like to have a cool action shot of him? I can't. I'm not allowed. They don't want us to do a video. I mean, I can't explain it. Like I would go to every school, we'd take pictures and meet the coaches and meet the players, and I just hadn't. They don't want it anymore.
And here's my thing from a personal standpoint. My son wrestles at Crest High School. Kevin, I called you guys. We need a sponsorship to help with the wrestling team. Not a sport that you guys cover here on the radio.
No, we don't.
But this station and KTC was willing to donate and buy sponsorship to help support that wrestling team. And you guys do that throughout the coverage area of giving back to the community.
Every month for 20-something years, we've give a Player of the Week.
Right.
Here in Cleveland County. And, it's just, it's frustrating. So fans, if you're frustrated or you're upset or you want to know, like, well, if we don't got a certain team on or game on, or why don't we do this anymore? It's not our choice. If it was up to us, this is how it would be. I would have 10 broadcasts every week, Rob. I would have 4 in Cleveland, 4 in Lincoln, Cherryville, and Bessemer City. And Bessemer will allow us, Cherryville won't. And so Lincoln County won't, and now Cleveland County won't. So it's turned into the only school I could do if I wanted to would be Bessemer right now.
Right.
And so I think maybe we can work something out. Hopefully next year. Hopefully in the future we can maybe get it together if the schools are going to decide they're not going to pursue doing it anymore. But
I guess my thought has been this too, and I don't know, and a lot of people don't realize, Kevin, it's not as simple as taking somebody and sitting on behind a microphone. There's not that many people around, and I'll be honest, for me personally, for what little bit I do on the broadcast, and you can ask my wife, I'll dedicate hours of research and
just
because I don't want to, you don't want to sound like an idiot.
Right. The worst thing, I also, especially, and during these World Series, you got to pronounce some of these kids' names from Louisiana and Hawaii are the killers. And
you did a great job with those Hawaii kids, there, Kevin. I was listening.
Yeah. If I didn't pay attention to who was playing, I wouldn't have done that. I'd have gave that to Tom. I 100% gave that to somebody else besides me. The Hawaii kids. I kind of screwed myself on that one. But anyway, we do American Legion, do high school. One example, Rob, you're talking about wrestling. I'll give you a great example. I won't name the school to be nice because I've railed enough tonight. But about 7-8 years ago, we were, doing video and stuff, and the wrestling coach for a school came up to me. And they've asked in the past, well, what about, they've a pretty successful wrestling program too. And they come into the past, what about broadcast? What about this? Like maybe a state championship or get to it or. And again, people don't understand this is a business. This isn't a free service.
Right.
So we have to get paid.
Got to be able to sell those
We've got to be able to
ads.
pay the announcers when they go out, guys, and be able to pay for things. So we've got to have sponsors. So they want to know how much it is, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, in all that, we agreed to do some type of sponsor, Rob, buy a banner, I think, like you said, and then we were going to play in the golf tournament, which was like $500. So I think the total ended up being like $850. So I talked to the wrestling coach, get set up. We're going to play in your golf tournament next week, $850 from KTC. 2 days later, and I don't know if this guy, that obviously the wrestling coach didn't have anything to do with the decision. Their AD says, y'all can't do video here no more. So guess who didn't get his $850?
Exactly.
The wrestling team. And their quote was, Robbie, if one person stays home and listens to the y'all on the radio or broadcast it on video, That's one too many. And that exact same person also told me, in fact, we think you guys should pay full price for the $7 for every viewer you have, and even mentioned paying us extra for hot dog made up money that they lost. So same announcer, same school, same everything, is currently, Robbie, doing their own broadcast. So after telling us we would cost them $10 a person, basically, for every person that watched, they're now doing their own broadcast.
They're doing their own thing.
Straight up told us, no, never will happen. No, they didn't get $850 for their golf tournament and their other stuff, and that's the choices they made. Don't know why, don't know where, don't know what. But anyway, that's our rant for the night. We didn't have too many scores. We're going to give you the scores and more here in just a few moments. But you just kind of want to, give the people that do care and do listen an idea of what we're having to deal with and what we're trying to do. And we're trying to do. We would love to do all the games. Like I said, I would love to do every single Lincoln County, Cleveland County, Cherville, and Bessemer game if only they would let us.
Yeah.
So anyway, Rob, you want to do some scores?
Well, right quick before we get to the scores, let me. I told Trey Albright I'd do this for him.
Oh, hey Trey,
they have got a game next Wednesday. His son's playing for Crest Middle.
Okay,
and they've lined up a big game with Gaffney Middle School next Wednesday. They are fired up about it. Trey talked a little bit of trash. He said the kids they're playing were the same ones.
They better stop.
They play. Listen, I'm telling you, he said the crowd they're playing is the same ones when Springmore Elementary played the Gaffney Elementary kids and Springmore rolled them. So he said they're getting ready Wednesday. It really is going to be a great environment for me if you're a fan of young people. Crest Middle and Gaffney Middle getting together.
How is that even allowed? I'm not really hating on this for us, but I would just think that middle schools wouldn't be playing other states.
Right.
You see what I mean? Like, am I going too far for thinking that?
And actually, I believe and it's funny, here's another prime example. I believe Crest had a game with somebody in COVID, I think has already cost them that game for next week. And I think Gaffney is the new lineup team.
Oh, God. So, real quick, we always talk, we talk about, Cherville earlier about splitting up. If we split up Cleveland County and we split up Lincoln County into 8 schools, maybe those schools would be all 1As and 2As like Cherville and Bessemer. And I was thinking, hold on, where I was going with that. You just talked, geez. Robbie, I lost my train of thought. It's about the number of players and how they don't have any. And I just lost it. Because I was thinking about the Gaffney Indians. How did I get around to that? Where'd I go with that, Robbie?
I have no idea.
Wow, I totally went blank on that one.
It's bad to get old, Kevin.
Wow. Holy old, yeah. Holy old Batman. I would totally went blank on that one. It was something about it. It was something important and smart. I promise. It was very smart. All right, Rob, how about you give some scores? I might think of something smart.
Let's take a look at some of the finals we got here on the big board right now. Chase defeated North Gaston 36-26. It was Kings Mountain over Burns 19-14. East Lincoln defeats Lincoln 14-8. Community School of Davidson falls to Thomas Jefferson 51-15. Pine Lake Prep 20, Bessemer City 8. It was Stuart Kramer 28, East Gaston 21. The Forest View Jaguars 13 to Freedom Patriots 7. Northwest Cabarrus falls to North Lincoln 54-40. Hickory Ridge over South Point 27-7. AC Reynolds 24, Alexander Central 7. Hendersonville really takes care of business 55-0 over East Henderson. Davie County over Lake Norman 42-28. I believe Davie County stepping in for Statesville in that game. They couldn't play tonight. Smoky Mountain defeats Robertson 37-12. It was Murphy over the Georgia Forest. Not much force happening. 58-14. Hickory beats Drone 37-13. Owen over Albemarle 34-21. And congratulations to Pisgah with the big win 19-2 over Mountain Heritage.
And North Carolina falls tonight.
Yes.
Virginia Tech. Robbie skipped over the UNCC Duke score.
Did they play tonight?
No.
What are you talking about?
All right, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Rob, thanks for coming in.
Hey, man, I loved it. Appreciate it, brother.
Yeah, I like when you come in. You always help out and have fun with it. All right. We'll see you guys next Friday night. I don't know if that's exactly how I wanted that to work out. JP, you want to play us away? How about you play us away in there? Because I was about to mess something up really bad. Hitting the wrong buttons. There you go. Thank you for tuning in to the Full Throttle Powersports North Carolina Prep Football Postgame Show. It's another night of high school football on KTC Broadcasting.com. We'll be back next week with 4 games on KTC. For John Prather, Robbie Roop, Tim Johnson came in tonight, Shannon Allen, Calvin Hastings, Andre Bush, and more. Thanks for tuning in. KTCBroadcasting.com.
I am one of the reasons you do what you do when you want to be me instead of you. 'Cause I